In other words, when I modeled the behavior of being on time was important, and I communicated and apologized any time that I didn't honor that commitment, it signaled to Justin that A, I'm a man of my word, and B, that I value his time. And when you give that kind of honor and respect, it invokes what's called the law of reciprocity. So here's what I want you to work on. When you're sharing with your partner, okay? Now the partner, as soon as Kayla finishes sharing, right? She's gonna say, Katie, you know, I am so grateful for, and then she's gonna share. And then Katie, you wanna keep it under 60 seconds, okay? You see what I'm doing, guys? I'm giving you lots of time. If you're listening to me right now, you're crazy. What you really need to be going is like, okay, well, you know, what am I grateful for? I'm giving you some time to do the work mentally and emotionally. Because Katie, what you're gonna do is you're going to, with love and no judgment, and with total authenticity and honesty, you're gonna share on a scale of 0 to 10 how moved, touched, or inspired you were, how authentically you feel Kayla was sharing, and you're gonna get out of your own way with respects to telling Kayla what she wants to hear, because we're really, really good at that, right? We're really, really good at letting each other off the hook. And so accountability is the greatest form of love. Look, this is a skill that you want to, over time, continue to develop. So Katie, you're going to give her a ranking of 0 to 10. And then you're going to share with her, like, why, what was missing, what would have inspired you. Does everybody understand the assignment? Okay,
and then
perfect.
You're going to switch.
So I'm going to start some music here in just a moment, and what you're going to do is just stand up, right? Get some energy in the room, get some energy within yourself. If you're on this side of the room, you're going to go first, and then if you're on this side of the room, you're going to share the experience. You're going to grade your partner's work, and then you're going to reverse. Then Katie, this side of the room, is going to share with your partner, and then your partner is going to grade you. All right, ready? 60 seconds, and go.
I'm going to go Stephanie ahead.
Give yourselves about 10 seconds. Feel the energy. Go ahead and grab your seats. Feel the energy in the room. How many, just by a show of hands, how many got a 5 or under? How many of you got a 5 or under? Okay, how many got a 6 or 7? Okay, so some work to do, right? How many of you got an 8 or a 9? How many of you got a 10? How many of you got a 10? Okay, perfect. It's such a beautiful exercise.
Wait a second, I have another question. How many of you guys didn't actually rate each other?
Okay,
I've seen
thanks
a lot
for your
of
honesty.
like, oh yeah. So notice how fast you don't want to hold somebody accountable, or you don't want to be held accountable. It's just something very easy to notice, because when you become the type of person that is willing to do that, guess who else becomes accountable to you? Your clients. You will start to have that aura of being a person that doesn't put up with nonsense. And do you want your clients to be held accountable to you? Like, no, you're not going to sit down and like, okay, we're going to do your client review here, right? Like, that would be weird. But you become that type of person, and it is amazing how fast things shape up.
I'll give you an example of that, like holding yourself to a higher standard, holding yourself accountable, right? Before I did a leadership course, I would leave my schedule really, really loose. Lots of time in between appointments. And the reason being is I never wanted to be late, right? There's just, gosh, I'm going to tell you something. What being late to an appointment communicates is almost insurmountable to recover from. Almost insurmountable. And I learned that early in my professional career. And so what would happen is I'd put lots of time blocks, lots of time space in between appointments. Then I do this leadership program where you really write down what you're committed to accomplish throughout the 7 months that you're in that leadership program. And what I realized is, oh crap, I don't have the luck. I got to pack my schedule. In order to get the results that I want, I got to pack my schedule, which meant what about being on time to appointments? What do you think? Were there some appointments then that I was going to show up late, a little bit late to, or hit traffic or that kind of thing? Oh, it made me crazy. However, they shared something, and that is being 100% responsible for how you show up in any interaction. In other words, what I had to get really good at is calling and saying, hey, Justin, let's see, what time is it right now? Let's say Justin and I had an appointment for 10:30, okay? And what I would do is I would call up and I would say, hey, Justin, I'm just calling to let you know I'm running about 10 minutes late, and I want to be respectful of and honor your time because we had an appointment for 10:30. And I had my last appointment went long, and I've got a 30-minute drive, and I want to make sure to be respectful of your time, so I apologize, but I'm going to be running 10 minutes late. Would you prefer to reschedule, or can you make that work? What am I communicating? I'm communicating, I'm acknowledging that I broke my word. I'm acknowledging it. Just being absolutely straight about it, right? What am I also communicating? That I respect and appreciate their time. Now, guess what? Then I fell in love with that. Now, listen, I'm not saying use it as an excuse to be late. You never want to do that because you can't authentically and congruently communicate that time is important when you knew when you set the appointment you were going to run late anyways, right? That's incongruent. That sets up your relationship with a lie, okay? However, here's what it did. How often do you have clients that are late to their appointments? How many of you have clients that are late to appointments, right? It's like an epidemic or something, okay? Here's what happened with Justin the next time we had an appointment. Who do you think was there 5 minutes before? Me and the client. In other words, when I modeled the behavior of being on time was important, and I communicated and apologized any time that I didn't honor that commitment, it signaled to Justin that A, I'm a man of my word, and B, that I value his time. And when you give that kind of honor and respect, it invokes what's called the law of reciprocity. They will predominantly, in turn, respect and value whose time? You follow? So guys, these are just simple, elegant techniques. And the reason that we're really sharing these with you guys and sort of doubling down on this kind of thing is we're in an economy right now where every little thing that you can stack in your favor elevates your odds of thriving in a recession versus what a lot of realtors are going to be doing, what a lot of your competitors are going to be doing, which is just surviving.